Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Raha Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors, Salakia, to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Banya Sharala of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Johnsonville, Florida. Salutations to the Sensei Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Kharab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And today, I'll be coming out with a lesson entitled this, and it is based on this article right here. But the title of the lesson is Satan is divided, i.e. these Edomites, they divided. And this article just goes into, showing the division between these Edomites, or should I say liberals and conservatives, Democrats and Republicans. Nonetheless, Satan's house is divided. And with this, going into this article, you'll see. But let's continue. It says Biden uses 72-year-old law to give Trump a slap in the face before MAGA 2.0, whatever. But nonetheless, it's just showing division between these devils. That's all it's showing. It says President Joe Biden is taking action to protect 625 million acres of offshore areas from future oil and gas drilling. The White House has announced Monday in a move which could frustrate plans of the incoming Donald Trump administration, actually the incoming presidential administration, which is going to be headed by Donald Trump, which it could frustrate, but it also is going to cause more problems for the supposed American citizen. Let's continue. It says Biden is invoking the 1953 Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act to prevent new fossil fuel developments off the east and west coasts of the U.S., as well as in the eastern Gulf of Mexico and Alaska's North Bering Sea. The law gives presidents the power to permanently withdraw parts of the Outer Continental Shelf from future oil and gas leasing, but doesn't include a provision for how another president could revoke such an order. Trump would therefore likely have to get Congress to change the law before he could undo Biden's action. It says Biden's decision, which could pose problems for Trump's plans, which most definitely can and will cause problems. But Biden's decision, which could pose problems for Trump's plans to quickly ramp up fossil fuel production when he returns to office this month, was condemned by Trump's incoming press secretary. It says this is a disgraceful decision designed to exact political revenge on the American people who gave President Trump a mandate to increase drilling and lower gas prices. Salakia. It says, Caroline, I don't know if her name is Leavitt, wrote on X or Twitter. It says, rest assured. Well, let's continue because, it says in a statement, President Biden said drilling in the areas he's seeking to protect could cause irreversible damage. Well, that's just a little too late for that, Esau. You didn't already cause a lot of irreversible damage to the earth. Well, let's continue. It says again in a statement, President Biden said drilling Salakia in the areas he's seeking to protect could cause irreversible damage to places we hold dear and is unnecessary to meet our nation's energy needs. It is not worth the risks, said Biden, as the climate crisis continues to threaten communities across the country and we are transitioning to a clean energy economy. Now is the time to protect these coasts for our children and grandchildren. It's a little late for that. It says Mike Summers, the president of the oil and gas industry group, American Petroleum Institute, claimed a statement that Biden's administration decision is politically motivated, which is, of course, It's nothing surprising about that. But let's continue. It says Congress and the incoming administration should fully leverage the nation's vast offshore resources as a critical source of affordable energy. Government revenue and stability around the world, Summer said. We urge policymakers to use every tool at their disposal to reverse this politically motivated decision and restore a pro-American energy approach to federal leasing. Nonetheless, we did this right here is the tip for tat is just showing the division of these devils. That's why this was passed to cause problems, but the Lord is destroying this devil from the inside, his power structure and everything. So again, this was just showing the division between these Edomites. As there always have been division, they've never really been cohesive or should I say congealed unless it was whatever. But let's continue. I don't want to do too much talking. But again, it says Biden highlighted in his announcement the bipartisan support that has been given to protecting certain areas from drilling. From California to Florida, Republican and Democratic governors, members of Congress, and coastal communities alike have worked and called for greater protection of our ocean and coastlines from harms that offshore oil and natural gas could bring. Biden said. I mean, it's really a little too late. The earth is jacked up already. You know what I'm saying? Now these devils want to. Well, we gotta preserve, but let's. This is Matthew chapter 12. I'm gonna just start at the point. Verse 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every house, city, so like every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And of course, you know, this was from the Lord. When he was going around, he was healing the sick. You know, he was doing various great miracles. And the wicked scribes and Pharisees were saying he was doing this by Beelzebub. You know, doing these miracles, basically saying Satan is giving him the power to do what he was doing. But he answered, because Yahushua knew their thoughts, and he answered them and said, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And right now, you know, I'm using this to compare. I won't say compare for like you. I'm using this to I say shine a light on the division of Edom, because their kingdom is divided. And because they're divided, guess what? They're going to come to desolation. They're going to come to naught. So, continuing, it says, again, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So the fact that these devils are going back and forth, tit for tat, passing policies, executive orders to thwart the incoming, we'll say, administration to stop things, and so much other various actions, it just shows a division among Edom. They were once congealed at one time, or should I say at one time they was all together, all for a singular purpose, but that has changed drastically here in just the few years. It has changed drastically. And the fact that this was pushed by Biden in the wake of Trump coming in, it just shows division. That's all it is. And these devils, their house is divided, their kingdom is divided, so it cannot stand. Verse 26, it says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? So, again, these devils are fighting. They're infighting, and you already have a division. It's a two-party system. That's division right there. Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals. You know, that's already division right there. And again, they're divided because when you look at decisions in Congress, they could never reach a decision. They could never come to something concrete that everybody can agree on and just move forward. No, it's always somebody blocking somebody disagreeing, and so much more. But yeah, just again, these devils is divided. You know, when I read this article, it made me think about Matthew chapter 12, and we're gonna see more division among these devils, all the more. You thought this recent election was division. You seen division amongst Edom. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get way worse. These devils are divided. Satan, his kingdom is divided. Esau's kingdom is divided, and guess what? It cannot stand. It's gonna fall. Shalom.